Model trains! My dad's into model trains. He knows lots about them. Here he is. This is my dad.
Derailments and locomotive problems are frustrating for any model railroader, regardless of whether you are new to the hobby or an old hand. However, in my opinion, fixing these problems can be both challenging and fun.
You guessed right. My dad is a bit serious, but he knows all about model train stuff.
If you've been involved in the hobby for some time, you'll know there are lots of ways to minimize problems. That way you can spend more time actually operating your trains and waste less time fixing things.
But Dad, you're good at fixing things.
So, let's look at some do's and don'ts. Perhaps my best advice would be to avoid buying a cheap locomotive. When you think about it, a loco has moving parts that can wear out, especially when your loco's working hard pulling long trains around the track or up gradients.
I think gradients are the steep slopes that trains go up.
The type of locos you get with those box train sets are usually mass-produced for a price, so they're not designed to work hard and last forever. A friend of mine had one he had to push to get started, and then it accelerated very fast and flew off the track onto the floor. Ouch!
It wasn't a pretty sight. Crash!
So in my opinion, it's worth spending some extra money to buy a good quality locomotive. Another little tip I have is to not run your trains too fast. Fast trains are more likely to derail. On a real railroad, a locomotive will slowly build up speed because of its weight, and it won't take off like a racing car.
But I like watching trains go fast.
A real loco will also slow down gently to a smooth stop. So on your layout, run your trains at a realistic speed for the scale you are working to. Now, if your engine has flywheels at one or both ends of the motor, it should give you smoother stopping and starting.
Flywheels? I didn't know flies had wheels.
I've got another tip for you. A flickering locomotive headlight can be a telltale sign of a dirty track, so it pays to keep your track clean. But be careful, because cleaning your track with harsh abrasives can remove the smooth coating on the track. This could expose it to oxidation, meaning you'll need to clean it more frequently, as the track will collect dirt and grime more easily.
That's why he gets me to vacuum.
Even if you do keep your track reasonably clean, derailments can still happen.
I like it when the trains crash.
Derailments can be caused by any number of reasons. It could be something as simple as a lightweight flat car being shoved behind a heavy boxcar. Also, S-curves can cause derailments of longer passenger cars.
Chuck, 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 toot, toot. Chuck, 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 toot, toot. Chuck, 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 toot, toot. Chuck, 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 toot, toot.
And if your locomotive frequently stops on the same section of track, it usually pays to clean the track. If that doesn't fix the problem, you could check for a bad track connector. Finding the cause of derailments and stoppages is usually just a process of elimination.
Yep, my dad's clever. He uses some pretty big words.
A stoppage could be as simple as a small blob of glue disrupting the power flow. Or you might need a more powerful transformer, as the track may be too large for the one you have.
Sometimes my dad lets me use the DCC controller thing. It's cool.
I guess the point I'm making is that building and operating a model train layout needs to be viewed as a series of small challenges to test your level of persistence and dedication to the hobby.
Chuck, 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 choo, choo.
Rather than looking at problems as a series of annoying obstacles, try to embrace problems, and you will get a real buzz when you actually solve them.
I told you my dad knows a lot about model trains.